Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today is the, at least the countdown just ran down, so we have now the announcement of 3.7, and yeah, it's going to be the Legion League. So Chris called me a couple of days ago and he told me all the stuff about the new league. It's going to be another crafting league. We're gonna have some insane weapon mechanics, which comes with all the melee buffs and stuff. And yeah, here we go. Let's watch the trailer. It should be live. I mean, obviously, we all know that now when I refresh the page, what I have over here, it's not going to be something like that. So there you go. Path of Exile Legion League. There you go. I mean, it's funny because that was actually just made up and actually I was right. Holy shit. Okay, now everybody will think that I actually got some close connections to Chris Wilson, but okay, so let's watch this official trailer and we're gonna see how good this is or how this will actually be. So let me tune up the NDI source so you guys can actually follow along. Works. Probably going to be a little bit too loud.
In the heat of battle, a single moment may fill an eternity.
Let's just watch it.
In the blink of an eye, an eternity passes, and the battle is won or lost.
Almost died. Oh! What is this? Cyclone! Oh! Oh! Give it, please! Almost died again. Look at this Cyclone range! We have fucking shit! Dude, give me Cyclone!
We know not why we fight.
We know only that we must. We are the damned.
Yeah, whatever. Give me Cyclone, dude.
Legion!
That reminds me somehow to Diablo 3 with the getting to the target. Crusade ability, I think. Woo! Okay, I'm hyped. Cyclone boys! Cyclone! Finally again.
In the Legion League, you'll discover timeless monoliths. When activated, they reveal a frozen battle between two armies from Rayclast's past. Break open the monsters and chests with the most valuable rewards before the time runs out.
Dude, Flicker Strike.
Be careful which monsters you free, as the most rewarding are also the most dangerous.
Yeah, who cares?
Journey to the domain of timeless conflict, where the eternal battle between the legions and their generals rages.
Path of Exile Legion also contains an extensive rework of melee combat. We've made all movement skills start instantly, added animation cancelling, made all skills draw their ranges correctly, changed all melee skills to be able to hit multiple adjacent enemies, and fixed up damage timing, ranges, and shapes across all attacks.
Okay, this is something we have to try
movement
out.
And defensive skills now let you respond to incoming attacks effectively. We've also overhauled the animation system to support chaining attacks together and better attack signaling. And we've also improved targeting, attack queuing, and hit feedback. In addition, we've extensively rebalanced all melee skills, melee ascendancy classes, added more defensive options for melee, removed the cap on chance to hit, and have made mechanical changes to certain skills like Cyclone, which is now a channeled skill. With all the melee combat improvements, we want players to be able to respond to monster attacks. Remove the cap on chance to hit and have made mechanical changes to certain skills like Cyclone, which is now a channeled skill.
Look at the range! Oh! Hey, wait, I see Cyclone stacks. See that? Wait, this is Soul Stealer, Soul Eater, like whatever.
Cyclone, which is now.
But here you have 6 Cyclone stacks, whatever that means. Maybe the more you kill, the more
skill. With all the melee combat improvements, we wanted players to be able to respond to monster attacks more easily. So we decided to rebalance many older monster skills, improving their signaling and giving the player the ability to dodge their attacks. You can check out Path of Exile
Rework
Legion on June the 7th.
This is going to be so good. This is going to be so fucking good. I want it right now. Right now. Dude, I'm going to play Cyclone, whatever. I mean, probably Cyclone is going to be the new meta skill, basically. But holy censorship sound. Fuck. Oh, wait, that was wrong. Anyway, so I'm just blown right now, right? I have no words, basically. I just find it funny that I spoiled the Legion League, although I had absolutely no idea. But actually, holy moly, like all these basic dodging skills, I don't know how good it will come into the game, because like they show in the footage, right, where he dodges Hillock, for example.
Together.
When will this ever happen, right? We have such an insane speed meta right now that you basically don't care about anything. You just want to blow up the screen in one attack and just move on as fast as possible. So I don't think that this is actually going to be a huge impact on the end game.
Melee combat improvements.
Because let's be honest, on all possible end game fights, right, where you do like this,
respond to monster attacks more easily. So we decided to rebalance many older monsters.
I mean, in the end, you're just gonna stay there and just burst it down within like 2 seconds. We're gonna see how insane impact that has. But he also announced that there is going to be ascendancy changes for a more defensive melee rework, what actually is a must-have. Because if we're honest, if we're comparing melee to caster, right? In one hand, caster do have insane amounts of damage. Melee does definitely not have a damage problem. At least depending on the amount of exalts or at least currency you spend into it. But the big problem is you have to be super beefy because armor isn't that great. Evasion in endgame is basically like a gamble, more or less. Like either you dodge the Minotaur hit or you're dead, basically, right? So this is one reason why I basically, since now, or at least like, yeah, since back then, I never understand why they nerfed the law weave the way they did. You know, those 80% max resistance was one of the most insane items that you had to make your character more sustainable and more viable in the end game, to not just get bursted down like this, you know? So I would have wished that they nerfed the law weave a little bit different, like removing damage, lower the damage or something like that, but just keep them the defensive stat, which is the max resistance. This is basically the only thing they nerfed, so no idea about that. But dude, I'm so hyped, especially when I saw the first Cyclone here. That's amazing, dude. Look at this size and the range. Like, I have no idea what weapons he's using. I think like one two-handed weapon or something in the clip. I want to see how insane this gets in the matter of using the, how's it called, the range modifiers, you know? So with the prismatic eclipse, for example, if you have white sockets, you can make the range bigger, the weapon range itself. And since Cyclone is a weapon range based skill, right? Like almost every melee attack, you can actually make Cyclone super insanely huge. I tried this one out a couple of weeks ago where I said, like, I want to make a max AoE Cycloner with a jeweled foil in the one hand. That's the biggest range of a one-hand weapon, and the prismatic eclipse in the offhand, because with 3 white sockets, this range is global. It's not only for the prismatic, it's global and counts for the other one as well. And with the area nodes and so on, I got a pretty insane area of effect of Cyclone. And if I watch this replay here, how big Cyclone is here, depending, like this inner circle should be the weapon range itself, and the outer circle, it looks a little bit like Blade Vortex, you know? The more stacks you have, the bigger it will get, and probably the more damage it will do, the more crit maybe or something. So it's pretty similar to, at least it looks like it's pretty similar to Blade Vortex. But oh boy, I'm actually super hyped. This looks amazing. And actually, I should talk about the new league itself, the mechanic. If I see this image, you activate this Greater Rift pylon, right? the pylon itself, or monolith, or what's it called. And these are the two fractions, like Horde and Alliance, whatever you call them. And yeah, you're gonna kill as many mobs as possible, or open them, basically, to make them actually viable to be attacked. Because I think after the timer ran down, I think like 3 seconds or something, you have to probably choose one side. Maybe there's a reputation inside there. And then you're gonna have some bosses in here that have better loot, right? But I imagine, like, the first thing that I thought was Flicker Strike, you know? Flicker Strike on that mob density, or what about Essence Drain, you know? It's questionable if you can spread, if they're attackable like normal targets, or do you have to like manually do something? I don't know, but if you start your Essence Drain on the top side here, they're all sticking so close together, one Essence Drain, and in a matter of 1 second or a blink of an eye, everything should be open. Which should be insane to clear afterwards, but even their Essence Drain and some other spells or attacks are insane on that scenario, right? So we definitely gonna see how that looks like, or how this will.
We are the damned.
So you have the damned and the Legion. Probably. But the defensive skills, the movement skills are instant. Like, what possibilities gives us this? You know. I like how almost what was this attack? I like how on every showcase, everybody is almost dying. It's actually funny. Let's see again. So this is like Earthquake or something? No, it's a new spell, if you see over here. There's actually, what is this shit? You have here Earthquake, then you have some, I don't know what this is. Those two are new. I'm gonna see about that. Herald of Ash. Here we have a new ability as well. Looks like a sweep or something. There's definitely some new auras coming here. Probably some melee-based auras, right? So here we have a War Banner, this is some charge mechanic, here is another. These are all new spells, so I think it has to do something with the Soul Eater buff, as you see on the top side. You get this one with the, how's the amulet called? I can't remember. Where you get Soul Eater, right? So I always see this buff when we're watching this with Onslaught, Frenzy Charges, whatever. But yeah. It's all like, we're gonna see how this one is gonna work out. I'm super excited about this. You guys know that I love melee. We're all kind of being forced to get on the caster side on the 3.6 expansion that we had, because caster were just so insanely superior to melees. With all the energy shield rework, with all the caster rework, with the spell leech and all that stuff. So the question was more like, why should I pick a melee, invest 50 exalts to make it viable, if I take 1 or 2 exalts and make a caster viable at the same state, right? So caster, I don't say melee is bad, you know, but compared to the caster matter that we had in this patch, it was just not really worth it, you know? I tried it several times, it was okay, but when I saw the Winter Orb Trickster, for example, that was like, just stupid. I hope Winter Orb will get nerfed, it should get nerfed, it definitely is gonna be nerfed. If not, then there is no way they don't nerf Winter Orb. It's like, I saw it now in the with the Solo Self-Found Hardcore race, and basically in all other races. First you always had the Stormbrand all the time, and now everybody is going Winter Orb. I talked to a racer, he said that actually Storm Call is faster in the first 24 hours, but if you go to endgame mapping and for the level 100 push, there is no way that you're slower with Winter Orb or something. So yeah, super hyped. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm still super hyped about the Cyclone. It looks so freaking good. Kind of wondering how all this MTX will look like with this one. See that fucking area, dude. It's insane, dude. I want to have it right now. Please, please. Chris, where's Chris? Chris, where's my phone? Chris, I need it right now. I need to test it. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Stop. I actually just stopped recording and was wondering why actually we have no information about the league itself. So yeah, welcome back. So we're going to make the end of the video a little bit later. Yeah. pathofexile.com/legion. Here we go. Now we're gonna go over the details. I actually forgot about this one. You have to think about, I'm recording this. I watched the trailer, I stopped recording, I put it in my rendering program, and then I see like, wait a second. I forgot about talking about the league itself, about all the stuff we have in here, so sorry for that, but yeah. Professional, you know, SpongeBob said it. If the pinky finger is like this, you're professional, so here we go. So, Path of Exile Legion. I'm still think this is funny that I spoiled it, although I had no idea about the league. There was a tweet from Bax, basically. If we're gonna check this one, I think this one. Yeah, here. It's the beginning of a new work week, and I'm glad to be working on next week's expansion announcement. That was on May 12th, okay? And teaser schedule. I'm sure it won't be long before the Legion of Path of Exile fans figure out the expansion name. And then I said Path of Exile Legion League confirmed. That was on May 12th, so that was... So here is the proof that I absolutely had no idea about this expansion. Anyways, let's talk about this one. So now comes the part where my English skills, fail quite hard. It's reading, okay? So, trapped for thousands of years in the domain of timeless conflict, the mightiest military leaders of Rayclast's history have been figured in eternal war. In Path of Exile Legion, you will free their legions from endless battle and defeat them in combat to earn their valuable rewards. Path of Exile's June expansion contains the Legion Challenge League, new items, new gems, a game-wide overhaul of melee combat, and much, much more. Hey, that sounded actually pretty professional. Timeless monoliths. Okay, so as you explore Rayclast in the Legion League, you'll discover monoliths. Attack these to reveal an ancient conflict between multiple legions frozen in time. Anteater, whatever this word is, monsters by dealing damage to them. So I like free them, I guess. Like free them. Check. But be prepared to fight those monsters when the effect of the monolith wears off. As certain monsters are powerful and drop valuable items, Legion grants you full control over risk and reward. Let's take a look at screenshots. Cyclone. Oh. Is this Cyclone? No, this is... Wait a second. It's actually not even Cyclone. Okay, I failed here. But yeah, I think like Flicker Strike and Essence Drain, like all of that kind of stuff will be superior in this race here. Here we have Fireball. That's boring. Where is Cyclone? Scorching Ray. I want more Cyclone screenshots. Okay, the domain of timeless conflict. Enemies from each of the 5 legions drop splinters, which combine together to form an emblem of that legion. Place 2 or more emblems from different legions in a map device to gain access to the domain of timeless conflict, where the eternal battle between those legions rages. Unlock the upgrade map device in order to fight the ultimate conflict between all 5 legions. Okay, so it's going to be 5 legions. I thought it's only 2. Holy shit, what happened to this knee? Ugh. I think this shark is not her only problem. I think it looks unhealthy. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, whatever. And, oh, here is this map device. Map receptacle. Okay. So one opens one and all 5 open the kind of mastermind, I assume. So this is also a new attack. That's actually interesting. Okay, we have a hover over this. 1 of 50 splinter stacks. So that's basically like the breach splinters, I guess. And when you have 50 collected, then you get 1 of these stones. Okay. So, Legion item rewards. Some Legion monsters, oh, wait a second. Getting a rough voice. Need to get a sip of this beautiful unicorn cup. Okay. Some Legion monsters display symbols indicating the specific items they drop. Point. Dot. Skilled players. That's me. Not. Will focus on freeing the monsters that maximize the type of rewards they are seeking. Certain monsters can drop incubation items. Incubation, whatever this is. Which modify a piece of equipment to guarantee a certain reward after you have killed a specific number of monsters. What is this? Incubator. Oh, there's something that stick into it, whatever. So this is currency. After 1,000 killing monsters, okay? This is probably divination card. Adds an incubated divination card to an equipable item. Item drop after killing 500 monsters. This is Harbinger. Incubating Harbinger item. Okay. Wait a second. You put this on a weapon. And then you kill monsters. And then it transforms the weapon to a unique weapon? Or... that doesn't really make sense. Adds an incubated valuable currency item. So basically you equip this on a weapon or on an item slot. So basically like 10 times per equipment, right? Or at least 11 times, I think. So you have like hat piece, gloves, and so on. You put one of these into there, and then you, after some time, when you killed enough monster, it drops on the floor. Maybe, I don't know. Ooh, this looks sexy. Legion jewels. From each of the 5 legions, it's possible to earn special unique jewels that can be socketed into your passive skill tree. Wow, something new. Each of the 5 jewels modifies nearby passive skills in different ways, providing completely new character customization options if you're skilled enough to acquire one. Yeah, buy it from PoE Trade. So, we have Glorious Vanity, bathed in the blood of 5,173 sacrificed virgins in the name of Doriani. Conquered by the vow, what? Unannounced. What? Passives in Radius are conquered by the Val Historics. Ah, all of these nodes are different now. Look at this. They all have a different appearance now. Like, all of them. I just thought, like, hey, wait a second. Here is Elemental Equilibrium. This looks different. That's interesting. We need to see. It's limited to 1 historic, okay? So that's going to be interesting. What is this here? What is that? Any news, some new stuff, or is it randomized depending on what jewel you put in, or no idea? So, melee combat revamp. We've addressed most of the core issues with melee combat in Path of Exile. You can now cancel attack animations after they deal their damage. Movement skills are now all instant, and new low-level movement skills have been added for many classes. All melee attacks can now hit multiple adjacent enemies. I know this from Hearthstone. Adjacent means, or at least I pronounced it pretty much wrong, but it's left and right to the monster you're attacking. I know this from Hearthstone, at least. The animation system has been overhauled. The monster targeting rules improved, and accuracy is no longer capped at 95%. What? There are more changes to melee combat than are possible to list here, but these changes plus a rebalance of most melee skills create an entirely new combat experience. Since when is accuracy is capped at 95%? 4,000 hours in, didn't even know that. New build archetypes. The new Blood and Sand Gladiator archetype can switch between blood stands and sand stands, dynamically modifying the function of new and existing skills. The new Rage Berserker archetype revamps the rage system and introduces new skills that generate or consume rage. These powerful archetypes and their new skills offer additional options for many other Path of Exile builds. Okay, what we have here, Blood and Sand skills. So, 2 new reservation effects let you switch between Blood and Sand stands. New and reworked skills have different behavior in each stance, like Bladestorm, which causes bleeding, Bloodstorms in blood stands, and Blinding Sandstorm in sand stands. Bleeding. Like, screw the blinding effect. Who needs blinding? Defensive and mobility skills. Dash and Steel Skin let you instantly respawn to dangerous enemy attacks by avoiding them or protecting you from damage. It's going to be interesting if this works with, if you can cancel multi-strike. I don't know if you ever played melee builds with multi-strike. You have that on Molten Strike, for example, I think on Sunder and some other skills where you have multi-strike. And the problem with those skills, I think Tectonic Slam as well, like if you hit your ability, it will get 2 additional procs, right? So you hit like 3 times, although you only activated the skill once. The problem was, if you're doing that and you have a slow attack speed, you cannot leap slam away from a dangerous situation just because of that, because you are stuck in the animation before you can move. So it's interesting. If you have multi-strike in, if you can cancel this one and move away. So, rage skills. 2 new attack skills will let you easily generate rage and stacking buff that gives powerful attack bonuses and no longer has a downside. The Berserk skill will let you consume this rage for massive bonuses, and new aura and support gems will further enhance this melee playstyle. Hey, finally they buffed the weakest ascendancy of them all, and now I close this side. F me. Let me go back. So, where we are? Here. So, early game monster rebalance. With all the new melee skill combat improvements, players can now dodge out of the way of attacks easily. Sorry. We have taken advantage of this by rebalancing monster attacks that used to have a poor signaling to now have a wind-up. This rebalance extends to improving monsters' AI and boss fights throughout the early campaign. Okay, so you just see it better, because it was a little bit harder to dodge his ability. It's not like it one-shots you or something, but if he do, like Hast, for example. Hast, the Beyond boss, killed me on Hardcore Solo Self-Found, and basically when he starts shooting his Glacial Cascades, you're dead, you know? Maybe you have now an indicator when he does that and stuff, maybe. Powerful new items. Alongside 40 new divination cards, gambling, Path of Exile Legion contains 12 new unique items for you to discover. In addition, we have chosen 15 existing uniques, items that are themed around Legion's 5 armies, and have rebalanced them so they have become powerful rewards to find in a new league. Bone Helmet Elder. That's interesting, because I know a friend of mine that found an item level 100 Elder Bone Helmet that goes for like 50 or 100 exalts, because it's so rare to get and to find for all these, summoner builds or something. Alluring Bounty, 10 Exalted Orbs. Holy moly. Yeah, that's probably gonna be super rare. So, Aukuna's Will. Cast speed, dexterity, evasion, energy, raised zombie. Raised zombie does not require a corpse. This is nice. And your raised zombie count as a corpse. Interesting. Maw of Conquest. So we have critical strike chance for spells, energy shield, life, unaffected by poison. Percentage of damage taken gained as life over 4 seconds when hit. Don't know where you want to do this one. It's basically hybrid stuff. So, Vol's Protector has now reduced maximum mana. Inner Conviction? What is Inner Conviction? Lasagna's Wisdom. Physical damage, max life, max mana, reduced movement speed. Ew. Reduced movement speed. And Raptide Globe, which now gives you sacrifice 4% of your life when you use a trigger a spell skill. Increase spell damage per 100 maximum life. Dude. Increase critical strike chance for... Dude, a life-based caster shield. Finally, something they give something to casters. But still, you cannot really leech mana with life with spells. That's probably... It goes with Warlord's Mark, unless they're gonna revamp the skill tree. Because all the skill tree nodes, they have spell damage leeched as energy shield. So... without Warlord's Mark, I don't know how you can leech life with spells, because all the leech nodes are basically for life are attack based. So we're gonna see how they're gonna do this one. So that's it. And no screenshot of the beautiful Cyclone. That sucks. But yeah. I still want this now. This is like 16 days. So a little bit of Hardcore Solo Self-Found, unleashed my last character dies, then we're gonna gamble a little bit, then we're gonna make a week break, and then we're gonna play Cyclone until 3.8. That's the deal. But hey man, I'm looking so forward to all kinds of combinations. We need more informations, definitely. I need to read the patch notes, what's definitely gonna be changed. But anyways, I know that I love Cyclone. I like the playstyle of it. I like the speedy, like... Have you ever played Headhunter with Cyclone? It feels amazing, because you don't have to stop and cast or something. You're just gonna bounce through, you know, right-click, spin and win, right? And for me, basically, I have to say, It's not about the strength of a build or how overpowered it is. The most important fact in this game is how much fun do you have playing the build, you know? I played some builds that were super strong, really good, but I don't like the playstyle of it, so I didn't play them at least for a long time, you know? Cyclone is a skill that I love to play. Although it's not in a good statement at the moment or in the previous leagues, I still played it because I enjoy it, you know? So having a skill that, or at least a playstyle that you enjoy to play, will bring you way more success or fun in the game itself than playing any overpowered skill that's just good, you know? Where you say like, yeah, I don't care what I play, it just needs to be good, you know? Like, you're gonna see once you start playing more and more and more, you're gonna see that you're always gonna go back to builds that brought you more fun than to those that bring you less fun, you know. So, yeah, I just need to watch this Cyclone shit again. It's so beautiful. Look at this. Not this. There we go. Oh, it looks so good. I wanna have it. I think I'm gonna dream about Cyclone tonight. I want it! Give it to me! Right